Mabuhay, people of home economics! Have a vigorous day, finalists! It is my pleasure to welcome you to our undergraduate thesis entitled Instructional Video in Teaching Cookery 12, presented to the faculty of the College of Education, University of Rizal System Morong Rizal, in partial fulfillment of the requirements of the degree Bachelor in Technology and Livelihood Education, major in Home Economics. By the way, we, the researcher and Dr. Edna M. Herrera, our thesis advisor, extend our gratitude to the Board of Panels for this morning. I would like to thank you for your time and for your cooperation. To our chairman, Dr. Conce Peñaranda, hello po, magandang umaga po ma'am. To our critic reader, Sir Rivera, and to our statistician, Dr. JC, magandang at maulang umaga po sa ating lahat. Without any further ado, let me introduce myself. I am Mr. Charles Cornelio Paulos, together with
Princess Anne Papiona,
Cole Nazarene S. Francisco,
and me, Lorraine Pulgado.
and we are the Dumbledore's Army. Our thesis title, Instructional Video in Teaching Cookery 12. Chapter 1, The Problem and its Background. This chapter presents the introduction, background and purpose of the study, theoretical framework, conceptual framework, statement of the problem, assumption of the study, scope and limitation, significance of the study and definition of terms.
Introduction. Incorporating instructional videos into the class reaches a greater number of students. Digital videos are gaining popularity. Therefore, it makes sense that they should be included in the educational system, as today's students use educational videos as a tool to learn everything. Most instructional materials develop from analog to digital tools. Thus, one of the modern ways of presenting information to the class for effective teaching and learning experience has been strengthened by the circumstance, which is the pandemic. One of these is the audiovisual materials, which have the power to increase students' motivation and capture their interest. To strengthen the learning delivery, the Department of Education issued Department Order No. 18, Series of 2020 entitled Policy Guidelines for the Provision of Learning Resources in the Implementation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, which states to establish guidelines that will enable DepEd to provide learning resources in the implementation of the BELCP for school year 2020 to 2021. It also establishes the guidelines on the release, utilization, and liquidation of support funds for the printing and delivery of self-learning modules and other learning materials. By its mandate, Article 14, Section 1 of the Constitution of 1987 specifies that the state shall preserve and promote every citizen's right to high-quality education at all levels and shall take all necessary measures to ensure that such education is accessible to everyone. While maintaining a system of pre-public education at the basic and secondary levels, Section 2 mandates that the state shall establish, maintain, and support a comprehensive, appropriate, and integrated system of education that is responsive to the requirements of the people and society. According to the above-cited constitutional provisions, as well as Executive Order No. 292 or the Administrative Code of 1987, Republic Act No. 9155 or the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, and Republic Act No. 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, The responsibility of DepEd is to safeguard and promote the right to quality basic education. As a result, it has a mandate from the law to deliver a K-12 basic education that is learner-centered, inclusive, responsive, relevant, and contextualized.
So, in accordance with its legal mandates, DepEd has promulgated issuance on flexible learning and materials, specifically the DepEd Order Number 21 Series of 2019, or the policy guidelines on the K-12 basic education program. It set forth flexible learning options, which include alternative delivery modes and its corresponding learning resources that are responsive to the needs, context, circumstances, and diversity of learners. More so, these policy guidelines aim to set the standard and specification in the provision of learning resources in the implementation of the BELCP. The learning resources serve as the learning toolkit for learners where procedures, instruction, and other detail are provided to aid the learning process with the supervision of course, the responsible adults along with the continuous monitoring and guidance of the teacher. One of the said intervention was the use of instructional videos even if school are gradually having the face-to-face learning. Further with this setup, learners are provided with the opportunity to learn in a various way aside from printed module. Well, based on the claim of Prensky 2015, the students, teacher, their linked institutions, and the entire educational system all gain from the use of videos and teaching and learning. And in according to the 2015 research by the software company Kaltura, 93% of teachers think that using educational videos enhances the learning process. And that is argued by Winshart 2016, claiming that videos serve as an effective learning tools because of its visual and oral content, and it is visualization particularly important for comprehending important topics. On the other hand, as stated by Skimb et al. 2014, the instructional videos serve as a cornerstone of various blended courses and is often the main information delivery mechanism, and it is essential as part of traditional courses. As revealed by the study of Shaw Alisi et al. 2022, the students prepared to do course-related works independently, and for an instance, in T-square analysis, students who use all instructional videos or visual aids had a high level of satisfaction. Furthermore, in the study of Schrödinger, Noah et al. 2020, they use experimental research around virtual human acting as pedagogical agent, and according to their finding in 3-group randomized trial, even moderate learners controlled produce the most effective instruction. The finding implied that some feature of learners' control may be advantageous while watching educational videos that are incorporated virtual people. On the other hand, nowadays, in teaching cookery to home economics students at Chanai Senior High School, most of the TLE teachers use cookery modules as a basis of explaining concept and eventually their application. However, for a more effective teaching and learning process, instructional videos in teaching cookery are needed.
The researchers will conduct this study as developing instructional videos is one way broaden teaching methods and address students' diversity and learning styles, and ensure that TLE home economics will learn best with the aid of technology and instructional videos, and is expected to contribute to the teachers to teach effectively with the essential topics in Cookery 12. This study will also benefit future researchers in this field, for this can be used as a reference for further study in instructional video.
Background and purpose of the study. The sudden shift of the learning modality from face-to-face to distance learning and from blended learning to gradual face-to-face learning shocked the teaching community in the preparation of materials to be provided to the learners. In line with this, the Department of Education recognized the need to provide undisrupted opportunities for learning to students and has correspondingly made statements on the need for flexible or alternative learning delivery mechanisms for implementing their programs. Ojena et al. 2020. CAI 2012 did a comprehensive review of 53 studies published between 2002 and 2012. According to the review, students usually express favorable, effective, and cognitive attitudes toward the use of videos to promote learning despite certain difficulties.
There is evidence that integrating videos into teaching can improve students' study habits and academic performance. The teacher-produced videos may enhance student engagement and satisfaction with learning. Aside from the fact that it takes some preparation and technical know-how to produce engaging videos, video lessons are a highly effective tool for improving the quality of instruction. However, a lot of teachers lack the digital skills necessary to produce effective instructional videos. In the new standard of education, teachers frequently struggle to find strategies to amplify the most essential learning competencies. Digital technology significantly changes the way that instructors and administrators may address questions about what learners learn, how they learn, where they learn, and when they learn. Technology can enable teachers and students to access specialized materials well beyond textbooks, in multiple formats, and in ways that can bridge the time and space of all the emerging areas of technology. Video lesson is one of the most widely used tools for teaching and learning. In addition, video lessons can be a great tool to assist students in gaining a deeper understanding of content. However, there have been a dearth of awareness and training to help teachers critically analyze and effectively utilize video lessons in authentic classroom instruction for their professional development.
There have been views in this There have been few investigations into how video technology affects the development of the cooking abilities of students in the school setting. Without this familiarity, it is impossible to produce a set of rules for creating instructional videos that work. The researchers therefore urge additional study on instructional technique for employing videos and how video quality and design impacted students' cooking skills that will be beneficial in their everyday lives and career. On the other hand, it was recommended that boys and girls should be given equal chances to study home economics, especially cookery, to increase and extend home economics not just for everyday life but also as a career.
Hence, the researchers come up with the idea of developing an instructional video for teaching Cookery 12 at Tanay Senior High School, Tanay Rizal. The purpose of the study is to determine, assess, and evaluate whether the instructional videos in teaching Cookery 12, its content, instructional technical quality, accuracy, and up-to-dateness of information are highly effective tools as classroom-based instruction in terms of the students' cooking skill.
Theoretical framework. So in the teaching and education process, constructivism theory can be a very profitable venture. So this study was uncovered in the constructivism theory, which the idea that learners construct knowledge for themselves. Constructivism is student-centered, which means learners play active roles in learning activities. When learners are active in learning activities, like interactive instructional video, they can more engage and motivate learning more effectively than in activities where learners are passive. Therefore, we can expect that self-motivated and interactive learning will improve learning outcomes. The constructivist learning theory argues that learners should engage in the process of learning instead of finding a correct answer. So on the other hand, the teacher's role in this theory is to help learners when it comes to their own understanding instead of giving a lecture. Therefore, richer learning environments such as graphics, videos, and other media and educational materials are required to aid learners to discover things by themselves. This environment also enhances learners' interest and participation in learning materials.
Conceptual framework. Conceptual framework of the study is a researcher made wherein it is about instructional video for teaching Cookery 12 at Tanay Senior High School. The researchers will determine the learning objectives of essential lessons in Cookery 12, and after knowing the objectives, the researchers will make an instructional video considering the variables such as content quality, instructional quality, technical quality for IT experts, and accuracy and up-to-the-datedness of information, and to determine the effectiveness of the developed instructional video, the home economics students, teachers, and IT experts will evaluate it through researcher-made questionnaire checklists and interview.
Statement of the problem. This study aims to assess, design, and evaluate the development of instructional video in teaching Cookery 12 at Tanay Senior High School, Tanay Rizal. Specifically, it seeks to answer the following question. Number 1, how is the instructional video in Cookery 12 developed? Number 2, how is the instructional video in Cookery 12 evaluated with respect to 2.1 content quality, 2.2 instructional quality, 2.3 technical quality, and under the technical quality we have 2.3.1, which is the IT expert, 2.4 accuracy and up-to-datedness of the information, and question number 3, what teams can be formed from the comments and suggestions of the teachers?
Assumptions of the study. This study is based on the following assumptions. Number 1, the developed instructional video in teaching Cookery 12 will help that learners in understanding cookery lessons. Number 2, developed instructional videos will be accepted in terms of content quality, instructional quality, technical quality, and accuracy and up-to-dateness of the information.
Scope and limitations of the study. The focus of the study is to develop an instructional video for teaching Cookery for grade 12 learners and will be conducted in the academic year 2022 to 2023. This will be conducted to help both teachers and grade 12 learners for a more effective teaching and learning process. The respondents are 30 grade 12 learners, home economic teachers, and an IT expert of Tanay Senior High School located at Sitio Dalawang Kawayan, Barangay Tandang Kutyo, Tanay Rizal. The respondents will be chosen through purposive sampling, and the research design that will be utilized in this study is descriptive developmental with a quantitative approach, employing a questionnaire checklist to determine the level of effectiveness of the developed instructional video. The researcher-made questionnaire checklist will be used to determine the level of effectiveness of the developed instructional video in terms of content quality, instructional quality, technical quality, accuracy, and up-to-dateness of information. The researchers will also interview more accurate results of the study.
Significance of the study. This study is considered beneficial for the following. Number 1, Department of Education. So the finding will serve as the groundwork for the department to strengthen the curriculum and enhance the School Improvement Plan SIP. Second, the Tanay Senior High School. The gathered data can be used to improve the learning experience of the students through utilizing instructional videos in their learning management system as an additional resource for both teachers and students. Third one, home economics teacher. Instructional videos can serve as an alternative way to present information to ensure an effective teaching learning process. Home economics students. The effectiveness of instructional videos can increase students' motivation and engagement as they can address diversity. It can provide an opportunity for them to revisit and review content, make the learning process easier, and allow for more active learning to occur. And then the last one, for the future researchers, the gathered data from the study will serve as their springboard for parallel studies about the subject matter. They can be provided with a baseline of information or be guided as a reference.
Definition of terms. To better comprehend and navigate this study, the definition of terms can be seen also all through our provided manuscript. To better comprehend and navigate this study, and terms are conceptually or operationally defined. Accuracy and up-to-dateness of information. Content quality, cookery. Instructional quality, instructional videos in teaching cookery.
Chapter 2, Research Methodology. This chapter presents the research design, setting of the study, subject of the study, sources of data, the procedure of the study, and a statistical treatment. Research design. This study aims to formulate instructional videos for teaching cookery to grade 12 students. It will utilize the descriptive developmental design of research. Descriptive research describes what is. It involves description, recording, analysis, and interpretation of the present nature, composition, or processes of phenomena. The focus is on prevailing conditions or how a person, group, or team behaves and functions in the present. Moreover, developmental research has been characterized as the systematic study of creating, implementing, and assessing instructional programs, procedures, and products that must meet criteria of internal consistency and effectiveness, as opposed to basic instructional development that can be done before or after conducting the study. This study falls under the category of descriptive developmental research since it seeks to provide answers to the questions of how instructional video in Cookery 12 developed and how it will be evaluated with regards to the variables such as content quality, instructional quality, technical quality, and accuracy and up-to-the-datedness of the information, and what themes that can be formed from the comments and suggestions of the respondents. This study will also seek to examine and describes how instructional videos are developed and then evaluates the result.
Setting of the study. So this study will be conducted at Tanay Senior High School, Sitio Dalawang Kawayan, Barangay Tandang Kutso, Tanay Rizal. Tanay Senior High School is the only standalone public senior high school in the municipality of Tanay. It was first established on June 13, 2019 and is currently located at Sitio Dalawang Kawayan, Barangay Tandang Kutso, Tanay Rizal. Your best buds in academic room is the official tagline of the school, while Spartan is what to call a student who is studying in Tanay Senior High School. So, the school offers academic track which includes Humanities and Social Sciences or HUMS, Science and Technology, and Engineering and Mathematics or STEM, Accountancy and Business and Management or ABM, and General Academic Strand or GAST. They also offer different strands in the Technical Vocational Livelihood track, including Automotive Servicing, Front Office Services, Housekeeping, Bread and Pastry Production, Food and Beverages Services, and Information and Communication Technology or ICT, Computer Programming and Animation, Technical Drafting, Visual Graphic Design, and Cookery. The programs under the Cookery is the combination of 3 courses. Number 1 is the Bread and Pastry Production, second, Food and Beverages Services, and lastly, Department B. The HE teachers stated that these programs teaches students the preparation up to presentation of appetizer, soup, main course, dessert, and beverages. In 2019, the Tanay Senior High School started the offering of the free trainings and program in Cookery up to this day and rated as 100% passing rate in TESTA.
Subject of the study. Subject of the 30 grade 12 home economics senior high school students, 2 TLE home economics students, and 3 IT expert at Tanay Senior High School, Sitio Dalawang Kawayan, Barangay Tanay. Respondent will be chosen through purposive sampling, poll of respondent. As stated by Jordan M. 2021, purposive sampling is a judgmental, selective, or subjective sampling, which is a form of non-probability sampling in which researchers rely on their judgment when choosing members of the population to participate in their survey. They were chosen as respondents due to their knowledge of the field of this study.
Source of data. The study will focus on the development of instructional videos for teaching Cookery 12 at Tanay Senior High School, Tanay Rizal. The researchers gathered information and the needed data through primary and secondary sources. The researchers will also have a face-to-face interview in conducting this study. Furthermore, the researchers collected information from the secondary sources such as various related and reliable websites and blogs, and inferred from some unpublished theses or research papers to have some ideas and concepts regarding this study. In addition, the researchers will use a researcher-made questionnaire checklist for gathering the data. The questionnaire will include various indicators about the effectiveness of instructional video in teaching Cookery 12 in terms of content quality, instructional quality, technical quality, accuracy, and up-to-the-datedness of information. The output of the study will be evaluated through the use of the Likert scale, wherein 5 is the highest and 1 is the lowest. It will be utilized by the researchers to determine the equivalent verbal description to the level of effectiveness of the developed instructional video in teaching Cookery 12. The following ranges will be used. Procedure of the study. Conducting the study, the researchers followed a series of processes. The researchers proposed 3 different titles and submitted the titles for approval. After the instructor approved the topic entitled Instructional Video in Teaching Cookery 12, the researchers started to work on chapters 1 and 2. The researchers started making the introduction, followed by the related literature and studies and other parts. After making the first chapter, the researchers started drafting the second chapter. In making it, the researchers identified the research design and setting and respondents of the study. In addition, after developing the questionnaire checklist, it will be validated by experts before it will be administered to the respondents. After collecting all the needed data, the researchers will analyze and interpret the data gathered. After that, the development of chapters 3 and 4 will be done and will then proceed to the consultation of the said chapters and will revise the necessary parts. After finalizing the manuscript, the researchers will defend the study, and after the final defense, the finalization of the manuscript will be submitted.
Statistical treatment. The following statistical treatment will be used to determine how instructional video in teaching Cookery 12 is developed. Qualitative discussion will be used to determine the content quality, instructional quality, technical quality, and accuracy and up-to-dateness of the information of instructional video in teaching Cookery 12. Weight and mean will be used to determine the comments and suggestions of respondents for improvement of the instructional video in teaching Cookery 12. Qualitative discussion will be used.
Ayan, so it's been a half hour, but we would like to thank the board of panel for listening and taking part on our undergraduate thesis this afternoon. We as researcher are humbly requesting for many suggestions to make our instructional video in teaching Cookery 12 strength, all-in-way, and competitive. Once again, mabuhay tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.